Hey guys, welcome to Whole Latte Love. Mark here with Todd.
Hey.
How you doing, espresso lovers? Today we're taking a look at what?
Yeah, some dual boiler machines. You chose a nice selection of them. Thought these would be very interesting to you.
Yes, we got the Gaggia Classic GT, ECM Synchronica 2, one of a really cool dual boiler, and of course the Bezzera Duo here. This is the MN version, the manual version. There's a push button.
Yeah, the DE is the push button, which is programmable. That's the difference.
So we'll be pulling shots on all these machines. We got 3 different grinders we're going to use, and we dialed them in real quick. We did a stream about an hour ago, so got them dialed in. So we'll show you how those operate. You're going to frost some milk for us, I hope.
Of course.
And explain to us all about the Classic GT. So a couple things to know before we get rolling. There will be a part 2. We'll be taking a look at a couple other dual boilers down in, I think, 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay. But so if you want to check out some more, check that one out. Right now, so, you know, we're live streaming, right? You could be watching this after the fact. But if you wanted to get a personal demo on any one of these machines, so live video, you can ask questions with one-on-one with a coffee expert. It's called what?
We call it the CoffeeCast.
CoffeeCast. So you can book that. There's a link down in the description for that. So check that out, you know, before you buy if you want to. And then we're going to support you after you buy as well with things like barista assist, technical support if you should need it. Do that. Right now, got a lot of great specials, of course, going for the holiday season on the machines here. We got gift with purchase, special discounts. We'll look at some cool accessories along with the grinders that you can use in your espresso setup.
You got it.
I might have had too many espressos today, Todd. I don't know.
You think?
Of course. Oh, all the machines here, right? 3-year warranties on all these from the Classic right on down the line. That support's provided totally by us. So do check the links. There's more information about these products down there. You can check out current special offers and pricing. You can also get into that barista assist if you're really thinking about picking up like a Synchronica 2. You get a free live demo with that where you can ask
we help
questions.
you dial it in, really get so you get to know it.
Yeah. What else? Oh, we will see if you have questions during this live stream. You can use that. We do see them down here. So if we're looking down, we're checking out your questions down there. We'd be more than happy to answer that. You can get really specific or general coffee knowledge, whatever you want. So let's get into it. So you've got the Gaggia Classic GT over here. This is, tell us about this machine.
Okay. It's a new machine on the market here in the U.S. Special for North America. It's got a few other features that the other countries don't have.
Yeah.
And it's a dual boiler, super great value with a ton of great features on it. I'm going to go through the features so that you can really understand what this is all about. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll just talk right to you and go over it.
Yeah.
It's got pre-infusion. It's programmable or automatic. So if you can do the programmable, you just push a button and then the pump goes on, delivers water at 3 grams per second. You can hold it as long as you want, and then you release it. Then it'll do its soaking. Then you hit the brew button to finish the shot.
And you got some presets in it, right?
Yep. Or you can, there's 3 settings for light, medium, and dark roast that you can use. So it's automatic if you want to do the automatic. Then at the same time, we also have what we call a preset where you can program the amount of coffee that you're going to brew.
And that's volumetric programming.
Yeah, it's not time.
Not time. A lot of machines have some of that, but it's always by time, right?
Yep. And it's another cool feature is this hot water button. This is great for Americanos. You know, with some of the or the prosumers, the water comes blasting out like it's steaming.
Right.
You can set this so it doesn't do that. So it's a nice steady stream of water. There's no mess.
Like if I was just going to do Americanos, right?
Yeah.
I could just set it for just that hot water. You can save a little power too.
Correct.
And get a nice flow of water out of there.
None of the other machines have that.
Yeah.
And you go to hit this button for steam mode, and that'll heat up and give you great steam pressure. You did some testing on it and got some great performances out of that.
Yeah, I mean, this is right up there. The performance on this one is right up there with, you know, super high-end dual boilers like the Synchronica 2 here. Of course, the GT, you know, if you really want to look at a machine that is of value and really, really well built, the GT is going to get you there.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to show you how the drip tray works on this. We have adjustable drip tray, so you can pull it out.
A little telescoping.
Then you can raise it up. if you want if you have shorter cups, and the telescoping blow-off tube here, so you can go like that, or you can lower it down here for tall cups, or you want to put a scale on that. Up at the program mode, you can set the machine so that it will turn on automatically for you at a certain time. It heats up in 6 minutes. It's got a quick heat up time.
Yep.
And it will also hit the, what, I think you tested it like, was it 9 minutes to full brew and steam temperature?
Yeah,
pressure?
you're ready to do whatever you want. And of course, you can set it to turn on by time of day too.
Yep. And then you can have it so it will shut down and go into standby. If you want to turn off the steam boiler, you go to the program mode. You can turn off the steam boiler also.
So a lot of flexibility with this machine. In fact, you know, those preset pre-infusions, there's 3 of those for light, medium, dark roast. Again, that's on the North American version if you're watching us elsewhere. Makes it really easy. So if you're using one of those, you know, higher end specialty light roast, high altitude coffees, it will fully saturate the puck when you use that. Or you can just, you know, use manual. And what I really like, and we'll see this hopefully when it happens, is you get 3 different clocks on the machine up on the display. I love the display on this. We're just going to show you your pre-infusion time, the pause time, that's a soak phase, and then your actual extraction time, right?
Are we able to see that at all?
Yeah, we can pop in there.
If you can.
Maybe if I black up some of that. Yeah, that'll help a little bit.
So I want to do pre-infusions manual. I push and hold that. Pump goes on. That's about a 3 gram per second flow rate. Release it. Now it's in soaking mode. Up at the time here, you see 5 seconds of pre-infusion, 2 seconds of soak. Then I go to brew. Now we have the actual shot time over here.
That's really unique, right? I mean, I don't see that anywhere. I mean, we'll see on the Synchronica that you can do an active and passive pre-infusion, but it's a little different here, although we'll talk more about why you can make it the same, but this is low flow pre-infusion. A lot of machines that are going to do pre-infusions are going to be just at the full pump on flow rate, and that's not on the Classic. That low flow is pretty unique.
And it works. I think there was a couple reviews of them that say it doesn't work, but that's not true. It works incredibly well. Yeah, we've tested it a bunch of times. Okay, so I'm going to brew a shot. When that light stops flashing, it's ready. And what's nice, I have it set for preset, so I can froth and milk at the same time and don't have to worry about.
So you program this volume all in?
Yeah, it's all programmed in.
Okay. So you don't have to worry about stopping your shot at all. It's going to do it for you.
Right. Now, a really nice roll of this, a lot of pressure.
And if you don't want so much, it does have 4 temperature presets for the steam.
That's true. Yeah.
So you can turn it down. Oops. So if you're newer to frothing, maybe you don't want it quite so fast.
Yep, you can do that. I don't know if can you see that?
That is beautiful.
Let me feel the picture here. That's getting warm.
Again, we will be taking any questions you have, and we will look for those down here. So if you got them, bring them.
Okay, I definitely put too much air into it, so it won't be pretty, but it's a nice creamy froth.
That's really nice.
Yeah, so incredible machine.
Yeah, so let's talk. What else we got? So the water reservoir back here, getting passive heat. Nice. That's really nice and warm up there for your cups. Yep. I love the fact that I can just set this to turn on at any time and turn off too, right? Yep. So it'll be up and ready for me to go. But it is one of the fastest machines. And I mean, if you want that dual boiler where you can change temperatures in the boiler really easy. I mean, that's another thing. You have the boiler over here, right? Yeah. This is the brass boiler.
Lead-free brass boiler.
Yeah. Oh, we got a beautiful shot of it right there. Yep.
Okay. Solenoid valve on the back here. Now these boilers never burn out. Yeah. The heating elements are bedded directly into the brass. They don't go in the water, so they don't build up a scale. Right. And you can't run it dry. Or if you do run it dry, it doesn't hurt the boiler. Right. So so very cool feature.
And with a smaller, with the boiler over group, we call it a ring group sometime, you're able to change brew temperature very, very quickly. Yep. Whereas in some of the bigger boys, it's gonna have to get in there a little bit. I mean, you can flush them to get them there and that kind of thing. Yeah. But really, really fast temperature changes. Yep.
Yeah. Another nice feature about this, very unique. If you pull out the shower screen, the shower holding plate, there's when that comes out, you can actually drain the whole brew boiler very quickly. So if you want to flush all the water out of it, you can do that. You can't really do that in other machines. Yeah. Very unique. So when you pull this out, there's a hole. If you do, though, always make sure the machine is cold when you do it. You can easily drain the whole brew boiler or steam boiler if you want to. That works nice. So, now there's a custom OPV and steam valve in this also. Custom made for this. I wish I had pieces of it, but if you check our other video, you can see them.
Yeah.
The OPV is on the side here. It's adjustable. Super high quality. It's as good as you can get.
Yeah.
Also, the steam valve, custom steam valve, very high quality. You can get in there and change the seals if you ever have to.
Yeah, we do show that all in a full review video. Again, that's going to be linked down in the description there. Of course, you can get it at the website if you go look for the GT there, which is going to take through all the testing, the steaming performance. That OPV is really nice. I mean, if you go back, I don't know, 10, 12 years, and everybody on the original Gaggia Classic single boiler was like, I want to be able to control that, right?
Yeah.
Well, you can on this one, no problem. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. So I could say 100%. This is the best value dual boiler machine you can get.
Yeah. I sometimes I compare it to like a Sylvia Pro X, and this has got a lot more going on, frankly.
There's a lot more going on.
A lot more going on than a Sylvia Pro X.
So yeah. One last thing. I promise I'm going to keep thinking of more cool things about it. But one more thing is the gauge here. The brew pressure gauge actually is screwed onto the top of the boiler, so you actually get the pressure at the boiler, which is the same as the group, instead of down by the pump.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't know, when we look at some other machines, they do have the pressure gauges, but they're measuring it in the cold water way down by the pump.
Sure. And
so it's a little different.
Access to get inside, a few screws, you get that whole back panel off if you ever have to get inside.
Very nice. Oh, we got a couple. How do you think the reliability and reportability will go with this Classic GT? That's from BB Coach.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Great question. It should be great. I've been inside this machine for quite a while. Know every part and piece. And like, for example, the control board. Gaggia's been using that control board for a while and had a lot of different available features you can have on it. That's why they use it here. So it's proven over time. It's not like the same control boards that your cars are used on these other machines, which are great, but it's very unique. That's why they were able to get all those programmable features. The brew boiler has obviously proven itself. It's a stainless steel steam boiler with 2 high limits. The controls work great on it. There's no reason this shouldn't be an incredible machine for a long time. And
I think you kind of hit on it earlier. I wish, again, check out the full review of this where you get a look at that steam valve and the OPV, which are just, they're made specifically, right, for the Classic GT here. And they are beefy. They are girthy. And of course, if you want a machine, it doesn't matter what machine you have. We'll talk maybe a little bit about it. But if you want your machine working well for a long time, use the right water in it.
Yeah, we highly recommend BWT products.
Yeah.
They sponsor the World Barista competitions. They're used for that. We've used them here forever. Commercial machines in the area, when we install a BWT water filter with, they don't have scale. They work fine.
Yeah.
A couple of machine customers that didn't use them, they had scale.
Yeah, if you don't treat your water and you got hard water, you're going to end up with scale. Yeah. And I got to throw this in because I get asked all the time. Should I use reverse osmosis or distilled water? No, not pure stuff.
Definitely not.
You can corrode metals. It's going to over-extract coffee. It's just not going to taste good. I mean, it's one of those things that sounds like it makes a lot of sense on the surface, but it really doesn't. I mean, you can use that water, but you got to remineralize it.
Yeah, remineralize. There's other ways to do that.
Yeah.
We can't get too deep into that. But why don't you grab one of those pictures so they see the BWT picture real quick. So when you
we got a couple options, right?
So without getting too deep, because we got a lot to cover. This is the Aqualizer by BWT. Highly recommend that if you're using the reservoir. If you're going to be using a waterline hookup, the BWT Best Max, in most cases, will be perfect for you.
Yeah, and that uses a calcium to magnesium ion exchange, so you get the mineral level you want. It's also got, of course, activated carbon in there to get rid of chlorination and other chemical taints you might have. So,
okay, on to the next one.
But let's real quick, the grinder.
Yeah.
This
is a Gaggia MDF grinder. Very basic, but very nice. It works very well. It's got a push button on the front here when you want to grind. Just push and release. Goes by time. If you want to stop it, you can stop it any time. And program the seconds that you are. Nice big dial here with numbers on it. Works very smooth.
And that's a 55 millimeter.
Okay. And you got a trap door on the hopper, so if you want to close that, grind the coffee out, pull it out, you can do that. Looks really nice with the Gaggia Classic or the Classic GT.
Nice price on that, and I call that's in the machine grade grinder class. Yeah. For me, it's not one of these plasticky ones that you
Sure.
get, you know, that's a lot less. That's,
Yeah.
you know, maybe you're going to run
Okay,
into trouble
just
with.
2 seconds on the history of Gaggia.
Okay.
Gaggia is known as the father of the modern day espresso. They created this back in Milan. I don't know exactly when it was. You probably remember the date. It's like 39, 40 or
Yeah.
something. They patented the
patented
first
it.
pressure brewing system. They did a lot of sponsoring of the races way back in the day. We're racing around. I don't know if they're F1 or what they called it. That's one reason maybe they call it the GT. They had a lot of sponsorship back then. So, anyways, that's just enough about that.
Very good.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna go up to the ECM Synchronica 2. This is what I consider, you know, the class of the prosumer dual boiler world. For a long time, it's just built. You know, you really, to appreciate this, you know, I wish y'all could be standing right here and just look at this compared to some other machines. How fine the you know, everything is put together on this, and it's not just outside here. The outside case is just beyond anything else that's available. It really is how smooth and polished it is. There's little touches on here that, you know, you may not notice, like the E61 group head has a slight taper to it.
Yeah, right in here.
We have this one tricked out with a walnut, which we have so many. I call 2025 the real year of wood custom upgrades, and we've got so many options available for that. We happen to have the it's the oak on this one, and we have other matching components. There's one right up here, like this WDT tool from Vitamin. These are all from Vitamin too, I believe.
Out of Germany.
Out of Germany.
Incredible guy.
Custom made wood componentry. Right down to, you know, just it's like the bottom of the E61 exhaust here. It's got that facet on it. It's a little different. You know, if you're at all familiar with this machine, you know, it's the easiest machine to get inside to if you ever needed to do that, right? It's like 3 screws, all the panels come right off, and we have the wood custom wood panels. We don't have it on this machine right now. But when you look at this thing up close, it's just, it really is beauty. Now, the Synchronica 2's been around for a little while, right? And we've seen it different upgrades throughout the years. It was, I don't know, maybe 10 years or so ago, we took it up to that much higher steam power. Very, very nice working with ECM on that. What's different about the Synchronica 2 here? A couple things. What's inside the group here that helps us? Those heaters.
Oh, the cartridge heaters.
The cartridge heaters,
That's
right?
for the quick heat up. They had the cartridge heaters right into the brass here, right into it, so it heats up really quickly now. That's a new thing now, the quick heat up cycles.
Yeah, so a lot of machines have them, and some of them do, and there's, you know, some from other manufacturers, and ECM as well, and Profitec, that they'll overheat the boiler, and then you do a flush so you can be ready to brew faster. But these, you don't have to do that with this. It gets that group nice and hot real quick. We also do have the flow control on here. I did see is flow control, that's from, I'm trying to see, Camelot 2737. Is flow control a must-have feature? I think so.
Is it what feature?
Is it a must-have feature? So we got the flow control. So we got the custom wood on the flow control as well.
Yeah, flow control is nice at the higher end type thing. A lot of customers, when they first get it, what they'll do, they'll set the flow control in one spot, get the machine dialed in so you're brewing a really good espresso, and then start messing around with it. What's the stock flow radius? Was that like a half a turn on this one?
It's 1.25. So you fully close the valve, so there's no flow coming out.
Open it 1.25, your stock flow rate, dial your shot in, and then start playing with it. If you've been doing espresso for a while and this is what you do, then obviously you don't need to do all that. You can just get and enjoy.
And there's a couple really good use cases for that. Number one is super fresh coffees.
Yep.
Right? So if you do that low flow pre-infusion on the super fresh coffee, that's going to help tame that brightness. It's very typical of those that are almost a little too fresh.
Yep.
So use a low flow. I'll typically on a coffee like that, I'll do a real low flow, maybe a quarter turn open for about 10 or 12 seconds until I see the first drip, then open it up to a medium flow. And it just produces a different quality of shot from that super fresh coffee. There's also the technique where you hit an older or some people, an aged coffee, I've heard it called. You're doing that and you hit it hard initially to get the good flavors off, and then you back off the flow rate, kind of ramp it down as the shot goes, so you avoid over extracting, stale flavors out of there.
You will change also for light roast, dark roast.
Yeah.
That's all. I don't want to call it almost getting more advanced. That's why I personally like to start, since I do a lot of tech support, help a lot of customers, like to start at the basic, and then you get into the flow control part.
Yeah.
And really learn to enjoy it.
But we do have a ton of videos with very specific flow profiles you can try out on this machine. But the thing is, if you get it with the flow control, you've always got it.
Yeah.
You can always run the machine as though it was totally stock.
Sure.
Without issue. And I just saw, asking about the reliability on the ECM machines, I don't know. ECM, where did they came out of servicing machines years and years ago, right?
Oh yeah.
So they're really thinking about that.
Yeah, huge history in the family, and now Michael's taken over, and he's a very bright boy. He makes some great machines. He got Tiziano working for him,
Yeah.
his lead engineer. Great people. And what I like about them, being I am a service tech, they're so easy to service. It's so well thought out.
Yeah.
I might even say some German engineering in there.
So,
yeah.
I mean, typically you're not going to have a reason to go inside your machine, but again, like I said, so super easy to get in here. The layout is so, it makes sense. I call it, or a lot of people call it the KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid.
Sure.
And just don't put a lot of extra stuff in there that you don't need. Like I remember seeing lots of machines have all these solenoid valves all over the place. I think there's one in here, right?
Yep.
So those points of failure they remove, and they use really high quality components under the hood as well. But let's talk some more. So the other difference about the Synchronica 2 as compared to the original, we have a totally different sort of control here, right?
Yep.
So in here, you can see the machine's just idle if we get right in there. So it's just alternating between the steam boiler temperature and your set brew temperature. Now, if we want to get in and change things, and I'm going to try not to, I'm going to come over here by you, Tom. So
that's okay.
So you double tap, and then you can go in, and we can do and change the different things here as I go through. So it's just this rotary knob. So I can turn off the steam if I want. So there's brew temperature, enabling the steam temperature, pre-infusion. So you can set active and passive pre-infusion on this, the eco mode. Cleaning reminders, reset reminder, the advanced user settings, which you can turn off if you want, where you get filter reminder, enabling the timers on these so you can have it come on at a certain time of day with a schedule set. This is a plumbable machine, so you'd switch it there. You can switch the Fahrenheit Celsius there. And you can also, and one I didn't get to there was that offset. So the brew boiler offset is very accessible on this machine. A lot of machines you had to go into, like kind of cryptic PID menus to change a boiler offset. And the boiler offset is just temperature in the brew boiler to the temperature you expect out here. So if you're running an extra hot or cold environment, you might adjust that a little bit. We suggest just leaving it right where it is.
Leave it be, it works good.
But it is really easy and accessible there. So shall we brew a shot on this one?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Right now our steam pressure is at 2 bar. I did have our Nick earlier dialed in the shot here. We got an LX 55 grinder. So we'll give that a go. I think he was using the dosing ring on this. Yeah. So this is a really Lux kind of grinder. So we got set up for 8.3 seconds of grinding on this. If we can, maybe I should turn this a little bit.
There you go.
You got it?
He's got it.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
So just press that. I am using a dosing ring on this just to catch. Very nice grinder, really quiet, solidly built. So I'm going to use that tool over here. We'll do a little WDT on this, and that's why I use the dosing ring on there. So if I take out the WDT tool, I'm able to stir those grinds around without making a mess. And everybody's got their little techniques, right?
Oh yeah.
I do like doing this, because if I'm doing a lot of shots, if I'm testing out machines or something, I want everything as accurate as possible, right? So I give it a little tap and knock the ring out there. So I'm going to use, I got a Bravo leveler, distributor, I should say.
Yeah,
leveler.
distributor.
I do like this because it just kind of drops down by itself. There's other ones that you can set a position to, but if you notice as you lay it on the coffee, it's just going to kind of drop down all on its own.
It's kind of our personal favorite here at
yeah.
Bravo.
If you don't want to mess around, you just get good tools, right? So this is just 3 spins clockwise, 3 counterclockwise. And then we have the push tamper here.
Yeah. By Bravo.
By Bravo as well.
I like how the short, it really works well like that.
Yeah,
it's wide.
It is. It's nice. It's easy to get your palm on it. All right. So, you know what? Let's, I guess, we'll weigh it. I'll put a scale on this. So we're just running at the stock flow rate. And so we're going to use a Varia scale here. This is not the Pro. I'll use the Pro in a minute. Turn that on. Let's see. We'll use this one. And we were using a 17-gram dose. So we're going to look for, about 34 out. This is a rotary pump machine, so it's very quiet. With the flow control, we do have the pressure gauge up top.
You can do water line or use the reservoir.
Yeah. And if you're going to, filter your water using the water line, makes it really easy. And never having to fill reservoirs like a life-changing experience. So I'm just watching. I'm going to stop this at about 31-ish grams to end up probably about 34. And we're looking pretty good.
Yep.
And I'm like, so with the drip off, I'm at 35, and I didn't see the time, but I think it's about
27 seconds.
27 seconds. So
yeah, that's what I saw, yeah.
if you don't mind, I'd need yet another espresso here.
Go ahead.
Let's give this a go.
I'll clean up after you.
I've started to like these wider if
Yeah.
I'm just doing shots, because I can cool it off, because I want my espresso just a little bit cooler. And then I was always grabbing a spoon in the little ones to kind of stir it up, because I want it stirred up. So I can just give this a little cool, a little stir by woodging it around.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Little
That's
hint,
lovely.
if you're going to hook up a water line, always make sure you have a drain line on it.
Yes.
So if you pull the drip tray off here, there'll be a spot you can put it's a plastic drain pan that hooks on here. You have a water line, and then you can just drain that out.
And that comes with the machine,
Comes
right?
with the machine.
And also, you can't see it under there, but there's a little place for your back flush disc under there.
Sure.
All kinds of great stuff. Any other questions here we want to tackle? Okay, the reliability we hit. Touch on the move in Elizabeth 2. Okay. Do you want to touch on those?
I don't know the Elizabeth 2 that much, so
Yeah.
I can't say. I just say the move is a real nice machine.
Yeah, ProfTech makes a really nice machine.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar in some ways with the boiler to the GT.
Yep.
I'm going to have a little more. What else we got? I'm considering an ECM or Bezzera, likely ECM based on the reviews. Any reason a dual boiler is worth a premium over a high-end heat exchange for two people most of the time?
So
You have thoughts on
the
that?
question was, is the dual boiler worth it?
Yeah.
Okay, good question. I think so. I love the temperature stability, predictability of it. So for me, it's worth it. I use pretty good coffee at home, and I want to make sure that I have it the right way.
Right temperature?
So, right temperature, yeah.
I would say, it depends. Like, so the GT over here, that has a vibration or two vibration pumps in it.
Yep,
right?
one separate pump for the steam boiler and then one for the brew boiler.
Machine like the Synchronica here, it's a rotary pump, so it's plumbable to a water line, and it's much quieter. They actually flow a little bit more water too.
Yep.
And I would say, if you're not going to use the steam, you can always just turn it off.
Yeah.
If you don't need it.
Yeah. So it's really kind of a tough question. If when you go look at your machine on your counter, you've got to really enjoy what you're seeing. So it's got to look good for you. It's got to feel good. The heat exchanger will give you good coffee also. So we're definitely not trying to say that it won't do that. So
no, but it depends on the heat exchanger. What you have to do to get a really, really good temperature. Some of them do really, really well.
Yeah.
Like the ECM Mechanica Max.
Sure.
Which has a brew temperature control mode. It can do that.
Yeah.
But here you just turn it on and you just know it's going to be good.
Yeah. And for the price of most heat exchangers, you can get a nice dual boiler machine.
Yeah, you go with the GT, which is going to be perfect for two people, really.
Yeah.
It just depends on how high end you want to go, because there's just no doubt you get in front of this thing and you look at it and it's just beautiful.
Well, you take a lot of things into account. First of all,
Yeah.
the footprint size.
Yes.
The water reservoir. Obviously, how does it look to you?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot to it.
Very nice.
And the features. Do you want an automatic feature? The automatic feature, brewing, so it'll shut off when you get there buying a coffee, is really nice. Because not everybody has just one person. Maybe say one person is like a barista. They know how to do it, but the rest of the family doesn't. You can program it. They can grind their coffee, put the porter filter in, hit the brew button, and they get a good shot. They don't have to worry about stopping it at X amount of grams out.
Yeah.
So
makes it easy.
It's really nice for a household.
Yeah. So like before we move on from the Synchron, again, it's reservoir up top if you don't want to use it that way, or plummet. And it does have in there active and passive pre-infusion.
Okay.
So if you're running from a reservoir, you can program a time to get a pre-infusion with an active phase or a passive phase. If you plumb it in, you're only going to use the passive phase. That's just going to open up the machine to line pressure. And as you show the Best Max Premium over there, it's got a pressure regulator on it. So you can bring that down to about 2 bar and just let that very low pressure hit the coffee for as long as you would like to program it for.
Yeah.
And those short pre-infusions, just a little tip, those work for helping to reduce channeling. Those longer ones are more about doing more advanced things with coffees.
Yep.
Anything else we should know about this guy?
I think we hit on the highlights.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for sure. You know, incredible machine.
You know, people ask me all the time, what's the best machine? And it depends on what's right for you, because it might be the GT. You know, if best to you is a great price and, you know, capabilities probably that punch way above its price, that's probably the GT.
Yeah.
If you want something that's going to look absolutely gorgeous and stunning, you know, this machine here, the Synchronica 2, you just can't beat it. That's the best in that respect.
Yep.
And now we're going to take a look at the Bezzera Duo here, which this one is the manual version. So they also have the DE. Yep.
Okay. Just light up the screen.
Because that screen will rest. So there's also the Matrix, which is the exact same machine, available in manual or the push button where you can program doses. But it has a really cool translucent panels and stuff that you can, you know, change the colors. This is a touchscreen operation. So we'll just take a little look at what's going on here. So over here, so all your gauges, all your temperatures are there all the time when the screen is on. So we're seeing our brew temperature, our steam boiler temperature. You get an indication on water level. You get the time and day. And then you can go in, and I'm going to try not and block here, and get into the other functions here, like if you need to clean the screen or change some settings in there, or even, you know, do a type of back flush with the machine automatically. So it's got all that. Real like this. We do have this one tricked out with little wood and flow control as well. And I don't know, a really, really pretty machine. Bezzera makes quality products. And, you know, one thing we know about Bezzera is they probably make more of their own internal components than anybody in the business. They've been doing it since, what, 1901?
Yeah. I've been to the factory a couple times and saw the way they do it. They make all their own metal. They bend their steel. They weld.
They make their boilers, which is, it's kind of unique. I mean, we've been to some other places, and a lot of places are, you know, buying kind of off the shelf from other manufacturers. And
like Gaggia, very old, well-known company.
Yes.
Same time Gaggia was doing it way back in the day, Bezzera was doing it.
And they got the cool Biscone logo on all of their stuff, which we actually found in Milan at the castle there, right?
Yeah.
So very cool. So let's pull a shot over here, and maybe you know what? If we have time, I do want you to frost some milk, because it's just a little bit faster on the Synchronica, right?
Okay.
Than on the GT. Not much, 2 or 3 seconds if you want to go full bore. So I've got a Chiato Life X grinder over here that I'm going to use for that. You can go single dose or hopper fed with this. And Todd, while I'm explaining, can you see the questions over there?
I'll have to get closer, but yes.
Eureka Mignon Specialitas versus the Mignon Zero. Okay. Yeah, we'll get to those in just a minute. So anyhow, over here you can go single dose or hopper. So the single dosing portion comes off of here, and you can put the hopper on. You can do a hopper feed. Another nice thing about this grinder is the dial on the side. Now, I'm set to an espresso size right now, but you can go out and get right to pour over just by turning the dial and get back really easily to where you were, especially if you're using it as a single doser, because if you're using hopper fed and you're going to go to finer grind size, you want to grind all the beans out, which you can do, but by shutting the hopper down and just grinding them through.
There's not a lot of grinders that can work really well for both.
Yeah.
Giotto's done a nice job with this one.
So what I'm going to do, it comes with the cup here. So I'm just going to weigh out. I'm going to use a Varia AccuPro scale here. We'll tare that. And I'm going to weigh out 17 grams that we're going to do over here. And this is going to be creme away. This is about 10 days from roast. So it's just a hair fresher than I usually like about 10 days to 14 days for coffee to rest before I use it. That's just me, though. You do you.
Yeah, you do want to let the creme away rest for at least a week.
Yeah, I got a little too much there. About five too many beans. Okay, now I'm down to too many beans.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, the creme wave is always fresh.
Okay, I got 17.15 grams. That's 0.2 of a gram is always close enough for me.
Okay.
We'll set our scale over here. We get portafilter out, wipe that dry as we always do. And I'm going to use, because I'm going to do the WDT, we have this nice Wiedemann. Whoa, stop dropping stuff. This nice Wiedemann dosing ring. So I'm going to do the WDT, so I want a little something there to do that. It does have a portafilter hook in here. And I'm going to just grind manually here. So I'm going to start the grinder. Oh, first pull out the bellows. Dump my beans. And you stick the bellows right in there. And as we get towards the end, just give it a few puffs. You hear it stopping there. Great. Stop that. So you can also do time grinding on here. You have 2 presets for that, or go totally manual. I'll bring this out front, and we'll give you a little WDT. This is why I use those. And look at it, this is really nice. Just gonna stir it around a bit. And I like that it's got this little, it's got those fine needles on there, so it even has this little stand for it. That's really cool. And then again with a tamper, or the, I always call it tamper.
Distributor. Leveler.
Thank you. So 3 one way, 3 counterclockwise, then the push, and we should be good to go. And I am going to weigh the output here. We'll see how we did with the dial in earlier, huh? Yeah. So I'm going to run this. I'm running this at the stock flow rate on the flow control, which you can do. Get our cup in there, to our scale, and we'll see how we do. So I'm going to be looking for 34 grams out, a standard 1 to 2. And again, with the flow control, it's got the pressure gauge right at the group, so you know the pressure on your coffee if you want to do some like pressure profiling. And I'm at 18 grams here, about 20 seconds. I think we're going to be right on. Hair under, and I'm going to cut it right there. See how we did.
Dialed in the same as this machine.
And I didn't, did you catch it? It was 26? I think, yeah. 26 seconds. And I ended at 33 grams there. So I'm very happy with that. I know that's how I like this coffee. And that, I mean, look at the, yeah. If you like the crema, where is it? There it is. Here, I'll bring it back, guys. Get that.
There you go.
That's some fresh wave. Of course, I got to taste it again. Mm-hmm. Or would you like to taste it?
It's all yours.
Okay. This might only be my 8th espresso today.
When you used the X Blue, when you made the, what was it? The Guatemalan?
Yeah. The Way Tango?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yes, on the X Blue.
No, I will try that, but go ahead.
Mm. I
will
really like these. You will. Todd's going to judge me. We've only been doing this together for like, I don't know what, almost 15 years.
15 years, yeah.
But I really do like these, and these are the various sips, right?
Yep.
I really do like those for swirling around, letting it cool off a bit, because, I did this thing with Danilo Lodi, who's, helped with some of our profiles and roasting and stuff, where we really took a look at the temperature of when what you experience at different temperatures and stuff. So I like it cooled off a little bit because you taste a lot more. What else should we talk about this machine? It does have, we didn't mention, but of course you have the, the lever activated valves. Sorry, I got your scale all wet, but that's okay.
It's waterproof. You can handle it.
So the lever valves are really nice, and those can lock on as well. You are in hot water mode over there.
Yeah, switch it over to hot water mode.
Okay, so we should take a look at that, because let's take a look at, because we did, Todd, you mentioned it at the start, how that hot water comes out, just so much nicer than, and I'm going to do it here. Just to,
go ahead.
This is the kind of steamy stuff I'm talking about, which is, if you want to do some humidification, and then if you do the hot water over here.
Okay, we show over here now.
Wait, get a camera over there. There they go.
So, okay, here's hot water mode. Just a little bit of steam.
A little bit, but nothing like what you're going to see out a lot of these.
A lot of times there's no steam. It's still probably cooling down from what it was before.
Yeah, because you just shut that off like 10 minutes ago. But if you just left in the hot water mode, it would just be a really nice stream of water out of there. Let's check. Any other questions here? Excellent info. Oh, we got somebody helping us out. Thanks. Any personal preference between the Eureka Mignon Specialita Espresso versus the Mignon 065 All-Purpose? I think this, I'm pretty sure the Specialista, there's so many Eureka Mignons. Sometimes if it's got the 55 millimeter burrs in the Specialita, I think maybe.
Talking about the Specialita standard grinder compared to the, really, that's going to come down to how you want to use it.
Yeah, and I think the all-purpose.
If you want a single dose grinder, that's a whole different lifestyle, you know, because you've got to weigh it every time. It's nice, everything's fresh, but it works really well if you want to use a hopper, especially it does a great job of that.
Yeah, and the you know, the all-purpose is going to make life a little bit easier if you're switching between different brew methods, because it does have that we call it the king size dial on that.
Yep.
Let's see. It'll take another question. I have a Gaggia MDF 50. It spews coffee out all over. I can't seem to find the correct grind size for my Gaggia beans. What number did you grind your beans on? Was it 16 grams?
I was doing less than 60 grams. I was doing around 15. Worked really well.
Okay.
With that filter basket, you can pack in more. I don't like to overfill them.
Yeah, I mean, one other thing I'd say real quick about that, because we do have to get going, is you know, if you're in a really dry environment, you know, we have a RDT sprayer somewhere here, right?
Yeah.
Is to spray the beans a little bit, especially in the wintertime.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Also, a smaller dose, a dosing ring. The grind size is all kind of relative, right?
Sure. Well, here's how to check it. First thing I would do is take all the beans out, zero it out. So you just hear the burr start to touch, then go back 1/2 turn. And that's a really good spot to start with espresso. From there, you dial in based on your shot timing.
Yeah.
But that should work good with the MDF.
And if you're changing the amount of coffee you're using, so you want to be consistent with everything else and just be changing the grind size every time. And purge a little when you change grind size, right?
Definitely.
You want to purge a little so you get all the same grind size.
And if you're going always with these grinds, if you're going finer, either do it with no beans in it, you grind them all out, or have the grinder operating. You don't want to try and get the burrs closer together with the beans in between them.
That's right. Okay. Okay, I guess we're good with questions. We got to run because we're going to set up for another one of these. We're going to take take a look at some other another round of dual boilers coming up in a little bit. But do check it out, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have more questions, you can leave those always in the comments. We'll get you an answer, or go for the Barista Assist. Do go to the website, check out the current specials on these machines, some gifts with purchases and different things like that.
Yep.
All right, Todd, thanks a lot.
Good to hear.
Thank you guys for watching. See you soon.